welcome everyone, May 10th. We are a CNCF project and we adhere to the code of conduct established by the Linux Foundation and the CNCF, so please be kind to each other. This call is recorded. If you do not want to be on video, please just turn off your camera. And let's see what we got. We don't have a huge agenda. Oh, we do. We have two items. So just really quickly, if folks weren't aware, the maintainer track from KubeCon is now available on YouTube. So I've linked it there. I know not everybody was able to attend KubeCon in person or virtually. So take a look there. Thank you so much to Jason and Melissa and Luca and Hendrik for representing the project. They did an amazing job. And again, like the place was packed. So it was really nice to see that. So now let's move on to Dimitri. PR management proposal. You have the floor.
It's not too long actually, but it's quite a short one. So yeah, first of all, second time here. So yeah, nice to see new people. Probably why I have to introduce myself. So I'm Dimitri, and we work with Falco libraries, and it occurred to us that there is one particular, well, let's say annoying approach that everybody takes when work with a Falco security library repository when PRs are getting merged. So the situation is right now, the common approach that everybody does is that those PRs are merged as they are, with all the intermediate commits, with all the changes that has happened during the discussion and during the history of these PRs. Which is by itself probably okay, but unfortunately it makes unnecessary and problematic situation that it's not possible anymore to work with this history in an atomic way. I'm not sure if you have folks, well, actually, I think that you have faced this problem before, but for those who actually rely on this repository as a dependency, it's even more of a problem because now we actually cannot figure out which particular commit to pick up for our dependency, for example, which release to rely on and so on. Because every single one, it could be actually a transient broken commit that was fixed somewhere down the line. So this is a situation, and this is a problem of description, which has a relatively straightforward solution, actually, essentially just squash all the commits before merging. So I'm not sure if you folks already had a discussion about this, but since it's not like this yet, I can assume that there could be potentially some objections about this. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to start discussion about this topic to see if there are any objections, and ideally try to switch this option off to actually squash everything. So what do you folks think?
Yeah, first of all, welcome. And I can reply because I have some historical context about that. If you don't know me already, I'm a Falco maintainer, basically. Basically, I don't believe this is written everywhere, but from the beginning, we choose to do not squash commit because we think that's more valuable to give the right credit to all the person that participate in reviewing a pull request and so on. Indeed, if you look at the pull request, usually when someone leave some suggestion, we usually add another commit and co-author the person that do that. This has a real huge impact on statistics, but also on the Git blame, because otherwise it's hard to reconstruct the history. Now, that's the reason. And by the way, each single commit is signed using the DCO. So preserving this information is also important. And by the way, it's kind of mandatory because it's a requirement for Linux project basically. So I understand the problem you described, and I agree with you, it's a problem. I'm not sure, but I'm open to any solution. But I'm not sure if the squashing is feasible. I believe we have to discuss about that and evaluate pros and cons of this for sure. Just to give you a bit of historical context about why we choose these other than that. And by the way, are you you said that you are consumer of our libraries. Do you consume our libraries in an open source project or is a closed one? What is open source?
Yeah, it's an open source project. It's a Red Hat project, ACS, where we essentially use a slightly modified version of the libraries with our own custom modifications.
Okay.
He's a teammate of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I got it now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I see the regions at least for this particular decision. So to continue the discussion, I'm curious, what do you think? Do you think would it work if, for example, well, essentially there are problems like history attribution to mention people who have contributed to this or that feature, and the second was the signature to sign off the changes. So would it be feasible to just add those tags into the final squashed commit? So a signature could be added there, plus co-authored could be added there. It's not going to present like in the Git blame in this regard, so it's not going to be so detailed as to put some particular line to some particular person, but everybody's going to mention. Everybody's going to be mentioned.
I don't know exactly if this is feasible, especially for the signature thing, because I'm not a lawyer. I give just you an example. If I sign 2 lines and Mauro sign another lines, if we squash everything together, we will not know which lines are signed by who. That's the only problem I see. Of course, I'm not saying this it's actually a problem. I think this might be a problem. Okay. We can also look at other projects in the same space and see what they do. My suggestion is just please open an issue to discuss this like a proposal or something like that. I believe we just need an extensive discussion before taking a decision, but I'm open to every solution, basically, if it works, of course.
Is this my internet or did we lose Leo?
Sorry?
Oh, we lost you, Leo. You froze and then we missed that
sorry.
last part. Yeah.
Okay, I was just recommending to open an issue to describe your proposal so we can discuss. In these cases, since it has a huge impact, you know, if we decide to do that, we should do that across all repositories, not just across on libs. So I believe before making any decision, we need an extensive discussion with the community maintainers to see what's the best solution, basically.
And by the proposal, you mean this official way of like making a proposal, the huge one, or just an open an issue? So what would be the best appropriate format here?
You can simply start by opening an issue, and then when you think you reach something that would be accepted by the community, you can open a formal proposal that's basically a markdown. No.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah. By the way, really interesting. And if you can provide some concrete example of the problem you encountered, it would be useful, you know.
Yeah, I think we can provide some amount of them. And what's more importantly, actually, I don't know any single other open source project that does this. So I think it's also a significant argument in favor here. But I see your concerns as well. So hopefully they could be addressed as well.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
So I think I can go with the next step. Yeah,
Jackie, you are
on mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like, why isn't Federico responding to me? Okay, we're moving on to libs. Federico, you have the floor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is just a tiny update for the libraries tag for the next Falco release. So since we're running a bit late with the latest features fixes needed for the next Falco release, we won't be able to provide a pre-release tag as we promised. Basically, we said that we would deliver 0.11 as soon as possible and then have a 0.12 tag for the next Falco release. Instead, we will have just a single 0.11 tag, whose ETA is most probably likely 10 days from now, I'd say, so that we won't run too much late with the Falco release. Instead, regarding drivers, I think we will have a tag during this week let's say on Friday, most probably. That's the best day, of course. That's it basically. This is really a super tiny update. I'm sorry if anyone desired to have a 0.11 as soon as possible, but we are really late. There are some fixes that we still need to merge before. That's it from me.
Thanks so much, Federico. All right, so Ashutosh, let's see, he's saying, let's see. All right, so anybody with Falco experience, would you be willing to share your thoughts of adopting Falco in production, your overall experience, what you like about Falco, any challenges you face using Falco, how Falco compares to runtime security tools you've used? All right. Ashutosh, you want to talk more about this?
Yeah, actually, we are trying to include Falco in our production environment. That's why we need some suggestions from the community, what were the challenges they have faced while using Falco, and I mean, what could it do and what it couldn't. I mean, these are some of the important things that we are currently facing, and we just want to get some idea from the community, what was their experience like while using Falco. So how much they were able to uh, gain something fruitful from the Falco. Uh, we want like that kind of idea, and yeah. Sorry. Actually,
I'm on
Can you
mute,
mute
sorry.
again?
yeah,
Sorry. Just let me summarize that really quick. So you're looking for just folks who are willing to share their experience about
Yeah.
using Falco in production and what their pain points are.
yeah.
Okay,
What are the most important like challenges that they are facing now? That's all.
got it.
Yeah.
So how can people help you? Like where can people get in touch with you, or what's kind of your plan around this ask from the community?
So Slack channel is the best way I think we can communicate there also.
Okay, so you want to use, are you doing all of this on the Kubernetes Slack and the Falco channel?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like if I will also post it there also, and let's see how many comments or how many experiences we.
Okay. I have just a few more follow-on questions about this. Like what is the outcome of collecting this data?
Uh, Outcome is if we want to contribute to the project, then how can we make it like better than
Okay.
this version now? How can we add some features to this particular version?
Okay. All right, very cool. Does anybody from the community have anything they would like to add or share? Okay. Well, thanks for bringing this to our attention. I want to talk offline more about this
Yeah,
and see
exactly.
how, like reach out to me. So I'll definitely ping you on Slack. And then Tama dropped in the community survey that we conducted earlier this year. It's not a huge pool of individuals. I will say like only 24 folks of the of our community participated, but it gives you a little bit of insight into some of those pain points. But it is something that as a community we are very like interested in learning what those pain points are about Falco and how do we help the community move through them. So yeah, this is a really cool thing. Thank you.
I just want to put this point here, if we want to add a feature to the current existing version of Falco, then there are more chances of our PR getting accepted if that feature is that much cool and folks will like it. So so here the experience matters most. What are the challenges they are facing now, and if we add that particular feature to the current project, then people will start liking it more. This is we can say done.
Thank you. Any other agenda items folks wanna talk about? Okay. If we don't have anything else, we can wrap up. Appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.